we continue with the Siman 68 and Sif number 5. And now our topic is the Wayfarer's prayer, right? And other matters when traveling. Okay, so number 5. Tfilas Haderech should be recited only only once during the day, and that one is traveling. However, if one stopped in a city with intention to lodge in there, but then reconsidered and left the city to continue onward or to return home, he should recite Tfilas Haderech a second time. If one is traveling through the day at night, or if he lodges overnight in unsettled area, he should not recite complete Tfilas Haderech every day. Not. Rather, on the first day of travel, he should recite it with concluding blessings, and the subsequent days he should recite without concluding blessings. Each day does not warrant its own complete Tfilas Haderech for as long as he has not lodged in a settled area. So that's the key. The entire journey is considered to be one continuous trip, and the first Tfilas Haderech remain in effect. So what is the matter of lodging, right? Right in some settled area, as you call it, I think because you feel secure, right? More or less secure in this settled area, right? You have a peace of mind. So until you got there, if you sleep in a tent, if you sleep in your car, and you sleep in a bus station or something, you don't have peace of mind. Or you sleep in the airport or something. Of course not. Okay, so let's do it again, and we see commentary try to explain. Tfilas Haderech should be recited only once during each day when one is traveling. Okay, so we got it. Only once during the day, but now we will see exception. There is if one is on a journey for many days, he must recite Tfilas Haderech once every day of his journey. Okay. So meaning he makes multiple stops. Okay. See Mishnah Berurah 1:10:24. Okay. Continue. However, if one stopped in a city with intention to lodge in there, so meaning right, but there reconsidered and left the city to continue onwards or to return home, he should recite Tfilas Haderech second time. So I mean, in my mind, the logic is very simple, because in his mind he already arrived to this destination, and that's it. So his tefillah protection stopped there. As soon as he said that I want to lodge in the city, I want to stay overnight, that's it. So the blessing stopped there, and he wants to continue. He changed his mind. Right. So even if it happened during the same day, the second leg of the journey is considered a new trip, since he had previously decided to stop for the day. Okay. So meaning, yeah, and the second reason, yeah. So meaning that he was preparing to start traveling the next day. That's the issue. Okay. Continue. If one is traveling through the day and night, or he lodges overnight in unsettled area, commentary, the Mishnah Berurah 1:10:26, right? That if one spent only a short part of the night in a hotel, but did not settle into inn at night, he does not recite. Okay, Tfilas Haderech. Okay, but meaning that even not entire night, so he's exempt. But okay, again the whole sentence. If one had traveled throughout the day and night, meaning there is no stop, or he lodges overnight in unsettled area, like I don't know, like in his car or in tent or something, he should not recite the complete Tfilas Haderech every day. Rather, on the first day travel, he should recite it with a concluding blessing, right? So that's the first, when he travels, always when he starts his journey, that we said last time. And on the subsequent days, he should recite it without concluding blessing. Very interesting, right? So first with the concluding blessing, on subsequent days without concluding blessing, right? Each day does not warrant a complete Tvilas Haderech, for as long as he has not lodged in a settled area. So meaning because he did the right settle until he gets to settled area, the entire journey is considered one continuous trip, and the first Tvilas Haderech remain in effect, right? But still, you say that without the last blessing, okay. But if he would like lodge, yes, that's a totally different trip. Lodge and start going back home or to continue travel, that's a different story. Okay, so next, very long sieve. And it says, number 6, before embarking on a trip, one should give charity. As the verse says, Tehillim 85:14, righteousness will precede him, and he will set in the footsteps, and he will step his footstep on the way. He should also take leave from the great men of the city, so that they will bless him, that the journey be successful. One should endeavor that some people escort him as he leaves. The procedure to be followed by one who escorts his fellow at the beginning of the journey is that when the traveler departs from him, there is the one who escorting him should remain in his place and wait until the traveler disappears from the sight. This halacha is from Rav Yaakov Emden Ben Tzvi. Right, it's a holy rabbi. Okay, we're going to explain. Those who wish to bless one who is embarking on a journey should not say to him, "Go to peace." Yeah, we have this clip as well, right? Go to peace. Rather, he should say, "Go in peace. Go in peace." But rather, he should go to peace. Right? We have to be very careful. Go lech beshalom. Right. Right. Right, but go to peace, lech leshalom, lech leshalom. Four piece, but 4 piece meaning 2 piece, literal, right? Okay. For when the David HaMelech said to Avshalom in Shmuel base 59, "Go in peace, beshalom," right? He went and was hanged. But when Israel said to Moshe Rabbeinu in Shmos 4:18, "Go to peace, leshalom," he arose and was successful. When one is traveling, he should engage in Torah study, as the verse states, Dvarim 6:7, "And you shall speak them, the words of the Torah, while you go and on your way." On every day of travel, he should recite few chapters of Tehillim with a concentration and submission to God. Right. And it's very interesting why the special prayer are required. BeEzrat HaShem, if we have time, I have an answer to the BeSiyata D'Shmaya. I learned just today in different class. The answer exactly why you have to be careful on the road. Because it's dangerous. Why should it be dangerous, right? So quick synopsis, right? If it says that HaShem Hashem decide how long is Hashem the person is going to live, right? When he's going to live, when he's going to die, or when some like injury or some disaster occurred to him. Right, so that doesn't. If Hashem decides that person is going to die in this day, only if he travels he can die. But if he stays home, he's not going to die. Right, right. That's the question. Why we must be very careful on the road, say special prayers and give tzedakah, and right. That's a good question. BeEzrat Hashem. Continue. A traveler should take care to travel to have breath with him. Right, even if he traveling a short distance, right? As we said that that story about the David and Yonasan, right? Yonasan, he was like a prince, so of course did not cross his mind to bring some food to David, because he knew that with his message, whatever he's going to say to David, so David has to leave now, right? And go in hiding. So food would be very appropriate. One should also take tzitzis along with him, lest one of the tzitzis strings become invalidated, right? So extra tzitzis, and he will not have to obtain, and he will not be able to obtain another string, and thus remain without the mitzvah. A person should always enter his lodging when it is good, right, and leave the lodging when it is good. And it is good in double quotes. This means that when one arrives at a place of lodging at dusk, he should enter while the sun is still shining. The next morning he should wait until sunrise, and only then should he leave. If he follows this advice, then it will be good for him, as it is stated in Bereshis 1:4. And God saw that the light, and it was good. One should not excessively one should not eat excessively while traveling. Right. Okay. So let's see. Right. So some people, when they can commute to work, when the long commutes, they are overweight. Why? Because it's a big, like in entertainment. They eat in the car, eat and drink, not stop. That's a problem. Okay. So again from the beginning, and we're going to explain. BeEzrat HaShem. Before embarking on a trip, one should give charity. As the verse says in Tehillim 85:14, righteousness will precede him, and he will set his footsteps on the way. Commentary. In the context of the word tzedek refers to daka, charity. Tzedek is righteousness, right? Charity, which is to precede his footstep on the way, meaning that he gave charity, this tzedakah, it precedes him on the way. And many times, if a person goes to Israel or somewhere long distance, so we give him which is called shliach mitzvah. Shliach mitzvah, like we make this person messenger. So I give him some money, so he can put in a tzedakah box in that place. Wherever he comes to that synagogue, wherever koisel, wherever he's going, and he's in yeshiva, so he's going to represent me, right, while traveling. So this mitzvah is going to save him, right, guard him on the way, right. And some people say take some home. Like if nobody gave him any money on that side, for example, that nobody know him, right? So he can take the money and to say, yeah, I did not spend this money, so it's somebody else's money. They make me shliach. I'm going to donate this money into when I come home, right, in my place. So this mitzvah should protect him. So tzedakah is very, very important. He should also take a leave from the great men of the city, so that they will bless him and his journey be successful. So, okay, if you connect it to the great men of the city, that's what proper to do in a shul that I pray. So it's all there's a long tradition according to this, of course. So somebody would come, like who is traveling this day, and right, or next day very morning that he's not going to join the minyan, so he informs Rabbi, right, and Rabbi would announce at the end of the prayer very loud, so we wish a good trip to such and such a person, wish him all of this good blessing, and everybody, and he's blessed this person, everybody would say amen. So okay, maybe we don't have such a great people like greatest and holiest people, but the congregation wish this person a good trip. So which is very, very important. Okay. Or if you can go to big righteous man, yeah, do that. One should endeavor that some people escort him as he leaves. Commentary. Having been escorted, even if only at the beginning of the trip, affords traveler a measure of divine protection. See, Sota 46b. Yeah, it's Sota 46b. It's a very, very end, if I remember correctly. And there we're talking about Agla Arufa, meaning the calf, the decapitated calf, when they found a dead body and they could not identify, like they didn't know who killed them, who killed that person. And people from a nearby city, they come and they measure like to which city is closer. So meaning the most likely that person came from that city, and even they know from this city is like 2 miles, from that city is 7 miles. They still going to measure, right? Because it is procedure to measure, and it's all done by the members of Sanhedrin, and then they decapitate a calf, kill it, right, in the arid land, and one of the things it says that so we did not know. So our fault is we did not give him bread and water on the road, and we did not escort him. That's the problem. So when you escort him, right? Maybe there are bandits, maybe like thugs and other not such good people. But when they see locals, they're not going to mess up with the locals. Understand? So basically, like our escort can save somebody's life, right? Or if a person does not know neighborhood, if you in Yerushalayim, yeah, it's nice and everybody's Jewish there, but then if you take a wrong turn, so that's not such a good idea, right? And there is like sometimes I wanted to drive to Kever Rachel, right? But and it's like I have a car. What is the problem? It's very close. There is a sign, the direction, but many people told me don't do that. This Waze, this other navigation system, they go through Arab neighborhoods, right? There is a straight road, like there is a road to avoid them, but the closer, I guess, go through the neighborhoods, and very dangerous. Okay. So but if somebody guide you and like show you how to the way to go, that's the best. The proper procedure to be followed. One to escort his fellow at the beginning of the journey is that the traveler is departed from him, right? So at least, I mean, it does not say, but we know that you have to walk out of the door at least for amos, like approximately, what is it, 7.5 to 8 feet, approximately, right? And like a little less than 2 meters. And then, right, and then he stays, right, and then he stays, and it should remain in place, and wait until traveler disappeared from sight, right? So meaning, like if a person just left and you already going home, it's like a person does not care. But when you like feel bad that you have to that the person take a leave, so I mean, so you would stay and see like as stay there and like see as long as you can this person still at sight, which is like right. That's what we do. This halacha is from Rav Yaakov Emden Ben Tzvi, so it's this holy rabbi. Sidur Rav Yaakov Emden Hilchas Tefilas Derech Ulevaya. Levaya is escorting. So I mean today we say Levaya is when we're talking about the burial, but the mitzvah of the burial is to escort the departed. Okay, same word. So continue. Those who wish to bless one who is embarking on a journey should not say to him, "Go in peace, lech beshalom," right? But rather he should say, "Lech leshalom," go for peace. Right, so go in peace. It's like it's dead. Like in peace meaning that the person cannot do anything. So just go in peace and be wherever the peace is. Okay. For the king, when David HaMelech said to Avshalom, "Go in peace," Lech beshalom, he went and was hanged. I mean, okay. See Shmuel, and he said what the stories. But I mean, we have to elaborate a little the story. It's not like let's not take out of context things. Also, like it's not because David HaMelech said that like he made this this language mistakes and that his son got hanged. It's not. It was many like a series of events, and this Avshalom did all of the bad choices in his life and his lifestyle, and he was against David, and he wants his place and this and that. So to say that everything happened because of this word, I don't know, but we got the point, right? But also we have to keep it in a content, right? Context, because some people say, yeah, this person said somebody look at me wrong way, and since then I don't have shalom bayis. Stop it! I mean, maybe they look at you wrong way. Maybe they swallow something. Maybe they have a heartburn. I don't know. Why? Right? And but you don't work on your shalom bayis. You have issues. Why you blame that person who look at you at your wedding 5 years ago? What is the connection, right? But people like to find somebody to blame. Somebody to blame. Are we going to say what to talk about it today? Maybe. I don't know. It's very interesting piece. Okay, that I'm prepared. Okay, continue. But when Yisro said to Moshe Rabbeinu, "Go to peace," so of course, if Yisro, right, who was idol worshiper, and he told Moshe Rabbeinu, go to peace, le shalom, right? So from this we see it's not like David HaMelech, he was cursing his son until the last second, and even after he was hanged and he died, and he not begged, but he told his soldiers, don't kill him, right? He wants to kill me, he wants to kill all of you, but it's not your business. I'm your king, I'm telling you not to kill him. Of course, Eov, he killed him, and he did the proper thing. But from here we just we see that how the David HaMelech loved Avshalom, right? Even after his death, and he mourned him, right? And it's not like he wished him bad. Go to peace. Okay, so he arose, and was successful, meaning Moshe. 21. Commentary: Go to peace indicates that the traveler should find peace in fulfillment of his destination, while go in peace is a blessing for the journey itself, but makes no mention of welfare of the thereafter. Okay. Macharshat Bracha 64. Okay, a little different explanation, but yeah. So let me quickly read one more time. Go to peace indicates that the traveler should find peace in fulfillment, and peace and fulfillment in his destination, meaning that the destination where you're going, there should be peace for you, peace of mind, peace, everything, right? While go in peace is a blessing for the journey itself. So only journey should be peaceful, okay? But makes no mention of welfare thereafter. But what happened next is different story. So what I explained is actually from another place. So that's why I made a clip. Okay. Continue. When one is traveling, he should engage in Torah study. As the verse says, Dvarim 6:7, and you shall speak them, the words of Torah, while you go on the way. So, I mean, today, it's this mitzvah is the most important mitzvah, I think, right? Because it's such a easy mitzvah to do, right? So, the mitzvah of tzitzis, you don't have to do anything, just put it on. Same, just put on when you are traveling in a car, for example, you can put on a Torah class, right? And you can listen. Or right, if you somewhere in the public transportation, you're walking, you can have headphones. And sometimes when I have to ride with somebody, so guess what? I have my headphone on. They don't want to listen. It's own business, but they want to talk. So sometimes, every so often, I have to respond. So I put myself on pause. I respond, and I put play again. Understand? So just because with somebody, is it disrespect? I don't think so. I mean, as I met yesterday, that person I haven't seen very long time, and it was some kind of celebration, and we had exactly 30 seconds of information to exchange. Okay, that's it. I mean, all right. and you shall speak them, meaning right. How do you know, right? Because it states, and you shall speak them the words while you're on the way, right? Meaning while you're traveling, and it should also, I would say, it's also should be a protection for us. On every day of travel, he should recite few chapters Tehillim, which with concentration and submission to God, right? A traveler should take care to travel to have bread with him, even if he is traveling a short distance, right? So always, I mean, today, but I mean, for other people maybe not, right? But if you keep kosher, yeah, it's very important to have food with you, right? So, sometimes, yeah, there is a kosher food, but it's 7 times more expensive. No, that's how. I mean, I exaggerate, but 3 times more. Why would you want to pay 3 times more? If you're very rich, you didn't care. Yeah, it's one story. But if you care about money, right, and you're not so rich, so yeah, so take the food with you. Right. One should also take tzitzit strings along with him, right? Lest one of the tzitzit string becomes invalidated, and he will not be able to obtain another string. Okay, and thus remain without mitzvah. Okay, so meaning take whatever you need to have with you, right? And because everything can happen, and plus what is it? Plus, what are you going to get? The displacement. Yeah, but in the place where you live, maybe there's not a big deal. You can go and borrow from somebody. But when you travel, so you have to be like like a smart person, wise person, and create a list. These things I need to take with me, right? And then you forget some things, and you add it to the list, and then it would be very very easy to collect all of the things and go and travel. So we had this list, developed this list over the years. It was a perfect list and very interesting, right? So whatever we need, let's say like many things can go wrong and not right. So to have everything with us, whatever we need. Okay. Number 23. No, number 20. Mishnah Brura 1:10:20 writes that it is proper for every God-fearing Jew to take his talis and tefillin along on every trip, regardless of its length. Although one may intend to return home before the next morning, he might be forced to stay longer due to the unforeseen circumstances. Right? Who said that we're going to get home? Right? Or very late at night, right? And you travel a long distance. Maybe they're going to shut the roads, I don't know, shut the bridge or something. Right? It happened to us long time ago. We have several ways. We live on the island to get to our place. They shut two bridges, so everybody they will go like to remain into it. It was in the summer. It was disaster, like this absolute disaster. Okay, so I mean we got home in the middle of the night, but still there is no guarantee. Commentary travel. Right. No. If he follows this advice, it will be good for him. For as it stated Bereshit 1:4, and God saw the light that was good. Right? No, 1 second. So right. So we said about tzitzis. We said about tefillin. Right. Even though like you plan to return, but just in case, take with you. And some people they live. I see they live that tefillin in the synagogue. I'm not sure how does it may make sense. I mean, when a person gets sick, let's say he got sick, he overslept. Let's say people do oversleep. So, and the meaning what he's not going to put tefillin the whole day, right? If there is no second tefillin in his house, right? For me, it does not make sense. So I never live there. My tal is the Shabbos talis I would live, right? If anything, I have another one, right? Or I have public one to borrow. But tefillin, not sure how it makes sense. A person should always enter his logic when it is good and live when it's live his logic when it is good. So it's good in double quotes, right? Kitoif. Okay. It means that when one arrives in a place of logic at dusk, he should enter while the sun is still shining, right? So meaning when it's still light outside. And we all try, like especially when you come to the new place. I need to know where I'm going to pray next morning. So I need to go. I need to ask people. I do my investigation. So yeah, so we have to be there as early as possible. He should enter while the sun is still shining, right? The next morning he should wait until sunrise, meaning when you can see clearly the road, right? And only then should he leave. If he follows this advice, then it will be good for him, right? Meaning come when it's still light, lodge in the city, and then leave when it is again light. As it is stated in Bereshit 1:4, God saw the light and it was good. Commentary. Travel at night is dangerous, right? Even like you say, I'm traveling in a car. It's a well-lit highway, well-lit streets. Yeah, that it's good for you, that you can see well at night. But guess what? Some people are drowsy, right? They fall asleep behind the wheel. Maybe you're a very good driver, but others may not be, or they are, but they're very tired, right? So night is very dangerous. Of course, people fall asleep behind the wheel during the day, but not as common, not as common like during the night. 23. No, I said that. One should not eat excessively while traveling. The strain of travel combines with the stress on his digestive system can be harmful. So stress of traveling with digestive system not good. All right. So before we continue, let's quickly see if we have any questions on what we said. Okay, here's a new question. There are a question about escorting. If we escorting a traveler, how far we should escort? Is the proper amount distance we should walk travel to? So yeah, minimum amount of distance, as we said, is 4 amas, like 4 steps. Right? That's a minimum requirement. If person wants to escort a little longer, there is no problem. Right, but the minimum is that distance, and plus, as we said, when a person, okay, you did your 3 steps, 10 steps, or 30 steps, you just stay put until this person leaves. Otherwise, it looks a little disrespectful, unless you're busy and Shabbos is coming, I don't know, something, and you have to take care of many things. But otherwise, it's a little disrespectful. Okay, all right, that's it. One more question. So continue. So halacha number 7. With regard to the place of lodging where one eats, he must carefully determine if host and his family are upstanding and trustworthy. If one wishes to eat meat in an unfamiliar place, he must investigate and inquire thoroughly who the shochet, right? Ritual slaughter is, and who is the supervising rabbi is. For due to our numerous sins, there are many pitfalls in the area of Kashrus, and an intelligent person will understand on his own. Certainly, with regard to wine, with which due to our numerous sins, there is a proliferation of those who breach the standards of proper kashrus. Investigation and inquiry are necessary to ascertain its kashrus. So it's I just want to point out. So in our generation, these clowns rabbi, they say everybody tzaddikim, everybody's a holy, this and that, and we're a special generation. And the holy rabbi, let's give him credit. 1 second, what's his name? 1 second, sorry. Rabbi Shlomo Gansfried. So he's they are the descendants. I pray with how he introduced himself? His grandfather was grandson of this Shlomo Ganfritz. So in direct descent. But they cut the last name and they became freed. So in America, everything is half. Right? Other people they come from Poland, some Polish name, right? But they cut and sounds more American name. Very interesting. Right, so he said he does not say we all of the tzaddikim. Even I think people in that almost everybody were Orthodox, or almost everybody were religious at that time. It was an exception. So he said due to our many sins, like two times he said in one sentence, in one paragraph, due to our this many sins that we have this thing, right, with the problem with the kashrus, people not God fearing. Problem with the wine. So let's see. With regard to the place of lodging, where one eats, right? So it used to be people stay in inn. What is the inn? Somebody has like a big house, right? Yard, like courtyard, and his family would take live in one part of the house, and they would rent rooms for other people, and they provide them food and everything. So and during the day it's like a restaurant, like a bar or something, right? So that's what it was, right? So right, okay. So when he would lodge in this place, so he would eat there as well. Well, with regard to the place of lodging, where one eats, one must carefully determine if the host and his family are upstanding and trustworthy, right? So meaning. And we have to understand why would he say so? Because these inns are were the only Jewish only inns? I don't think so, right? There were many non-Jews, and for non-Jews there is no problem to eat not kosher. So this person might think let me keep kitchen kosher and non-kosher. Non-kosher is much cheaper, right? And plus whatever is not was a treif I can send to non-Jews, right? So and then he can switch the plates, the pots, and as we understand, it could be a huge disaster. It's only a matter of time. Matter of time, I think it's a few days, maybe a few weeks, if they're very careful, months, until it's disaster strikes, right? So we have to see if they are upstanding trustworthy, because whatever they say is it's not like a stamp on each piece of meat. Right, so we have to trust them. If one wishes to eat meat in unfamiliar place, he must investigate and inquire thoroughly who the shochet is. So meaning who the shochet is he a God-fearing person? Is he learned? Like under whom he learned? So I mean this question, and you will be surprised. So you ask simple question, and people do not know the answers. There is a person in your in your vicinity, and he's a shochet, and you don't know anything about him, right? Or you telling me that he's not such a God-fearing person, but nobody else know how to shecht, right? That's the issue, right? And plus, who is supervising Rabbi is. So Rabbi has to check the lungs in many cases. Knife for sure. For due to our numerous sins, right? Here we go, and there are many pitfalls in the areas of kashrus, right? An intelligent person will understand this on his own. And as I remember, we learned a book of written. I mean, it's like written by a Talmud of Rav Yisrael Belsky. That's all. He was the greatest Gedol Hador. In the same generation of Moshe Feinstein, but he lived a little longer, right? And he said when he was young, so right, so he started supervising the kashrus, and he learned a lot. And people like Chai and the shoychets, owners of the slaughterhouse, try to push him away a little, like who are you to tell us what to do, basically. And then he said how he did uncovered rings of kosher nostra, right? And this mafia in would supply not kosher meat for sure in restaurants, And one of the examples that I remember that there was a famous place restaurant, and they have everything on demand. So whatever dish you ask, they're going to cook. Usually they tell, yeah, we can cook this and this because we don't have ribs. I don't know. We don't have steak, or we have steak but we cannot do this, or whatever, right? Or we have goats, or we don't have goats, right? So, but in that place, everything was like booming. You just say whatever you want, and it is there. And then he discovered, like, of course, took some time to investigate. They were buying non-kosher meat as well, because they were like afraid the customer would ask, for a dish, and they would not have it, unfortunately. So it's big pressure. Okay. Okay. So an intelligent person will understand on his own, right? Certainly with regard to wine, with which, due to our numerous sin, again, right, there is a proliferation of those who breach the standard of proper kashrus. So we're not talking like Hasidus, like basics of standard kashrus. And just so we know, I think they did not. Of course, you can cook the wine, but as we said a few times in the past, the non-cooked wine is the best. So you cannot compare it like even closely, this non-cooked wine with the cooked wine. Okay. The investigation and inquiry are necessary to ascertain its kashrus. Commentary. The Kashrus production of wine is governed by a unique and complex set of laws. See Siman 47. Yeah, we covered it. So meaning all of the workers must be Jewish, must be God-fearing, not no apikoresim, because apikoris is like a non-Jew, right? So that's the problem. That's the problem. I had a question in a class, so I was almost like fainted. This lady asked the question. So she knows that in Judaic Torah there is a guy that attaches tzitzis, right, to the garment, right, to the talis. Usually, when you buy talis, I mean, sometimes it's come prepared and that's it. But sometimes you wanted like special tzitzis, or it comes some talisim come without tzitzis. So you have this Hasidus, that Hasidus from Sephard, from Ashkenaz, from this from Poland, this part, that part, from Litva. Okay, whatever, different nuts. Different nuts, the different thickness, the different lengths, whatever they want. Somebody wants just this length, not that length. Okay, so you can order. There's no problem. They can tie the tzitzis for you, right? So this guy who was tying the tzitzis, so she said that this guy was in their house, and he said, "I'm not so fond of oral Torah." Okay, so right, so Parsha I would read, but not so much in Oral Torah. I think Rabbi edit like a heretic. So I consulted before. I said I needed time to consult. Of course, I mean, in my mind, these tzitzis are not kosher, 100%. It's like idol worshiper tie your tzitzis. Even women are not allowed to tie your tzitzis, right? So only kosher Jew. So unfortunately, like. Of course, I mean he's in that country. It's actually in Israel, right? Like a cheap working force, and he wears kippah. They probably does not speak much Hebrew, so but I mean he understands what needs to be done, and they show him how to tie tzitzis, and he has kippah, and he said that he keeps Shabbos, and that's it. You understand? So all of these people who bought these talis from that place, like as well. I mean, if they bought like a ready talis with tzitzis, maybe there is no problem. But if this guy retied them, like that's huge issue, absolutely huge issue, right? So because of how many sins, right? So some people would, many people got such a talis, unfortunately. Okay, so that's big issue. So okay, so.